sources of our content. We have great content on all of those platforms, so please give them a look. We're continuing our adventures on a Friday. I have a nice 2.5 skull destroy base mission set up, so let's jump in.
Command interface initiated.
Intel was right, there aren't any nearby reinforcements, but there are fixed gun emplacements. Move in, neutralize turrets, and level that base. Watch out for the garrison.
What a wonderful
So we
fucking
have a
place.
garrison.
It looks absolutely miserable outside.
We have a base to destroy. The problem is they dropped us right onto the base, which is gonna mean we're probably gonna be fighting both the garrison and the turrets at the same time, which is not the best situation here. Hopefully
Alright,
we can
let's
pull
get down to it.
some of the garrison out, so we don't have to deal with that at the same time as the turrets. We'll see.
Moving to position. Orders.
Alright, so we got enemy mech there, turret there, turret. Turrets are going to be around the side of the structure, which is a mining structure. So one thing we can do is we can move. Wait, this is our Owens, so we can go ahead and sprint that out, relying on its evasiveness.
High sailing.
See what we're up against here. We got a hunchback. Hunchback. We have a medium turret. All right, so we'll actually use our
Firing all weapons.
Owens here. Engage this turret at close range, or this hunchback at close range.
Yeah.
Probably
Copy that.
do the same thing with our Raven here. Can hit the turret, or hit the hunchback.
Firing.
Keep doing that. Probably need to drink some more of my coffee. Warm him up a little bit.
Waiting on you, Commander.
We can actually push our fire starter down that way as well.
Going turbo.
Gonna have to keep the fire starter evasive.
Uh-huh.
Heat him up a little bit more.
Ready, Commander.
Push up our Shadowhawk. Still giving it a physical barrier between it and the hunchback from direct weapons fire. And we can hit this standard sniper turret. Alright, that turret's almost gone.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Push up our blackjack. I moved this blackjack up here so it can take the high
Let's
ground
make some bad decisions
provide fire
at high
support.
speed.
Across this whole valley. In this case, we can actually just should be able to just finish this turret off with the
Let's see
AC2.
if I'm sober enough to line this up.
Right, there we go. One turret
If they
down.
really cared about this facility, they'd have more than turrets.
Techs, they do have more than turrets. Vulcan. Going after our Owens, that's fine. The Owens is very evasive here, so it missed.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, now that that turret is down, we can actually push up.
Let's make some bad decisions.
Their Shadowhawk.
at high speed.
The goal here is to not fight turrets and mechs at the same time. Alright, so we can shoot at this dual AC-20 turret,
Let's see.
or AC-10 Ultra turret. Alright, good hits there. Alright, Hunchback's gonna pull back a little. Go after Owens and hit it twice. Which isn't
Armor's
that
holding,
bad.
Commander. Nothing to see here.
Oh, got another heavier mech coming in. Still fine. Alright, that was probably another turret that's shooting at us. Thanks everybody for joining our stream. We're playing a Destroy the Basement and just started this morning.
Hey, watch the paint, pal.
I can see why people enjoy this line of work.
Alright, let's actually surge our Owens up.
I copy.
We'll let the Shadowhawks deal with the Hunchback, and then we'll go ahead and
Targeting for an alpha
shoot
strike.
and hopefully tag this Vulcan. Okay, we narked it. That's good. Alright, Raven.
Roger.
Alright, we got a healthy amount of mechs coming in from the distance, which is good salvage for us. So let's go ahead and keep hitting the Hunchback with some mortar fire, trying to get him over that red line. Make it. Oh, we got a head injury. Very nice.
What can I do for you?
Alright, fire starter's gonna push in. Can we sprint and push in? It's hard. Yeah, that's about as much evasion as
Got
we're
it.
gonna get.
Back speed, no shooting.
A little risky here for our fire starter, but we should be able to
You
take
betcha.
away this Hunchback's ability to fly. Yep, way over the red line. Alright, 40 tonners jumping in. That's probably another Vulcan, based on its jumping profile and
Ready.
its weapons profile. Let's push up with the Shadowhawk here.
We're on low.
Getting rid of this AC-10 turret is definitely our priority here. So let's make sure that turret goes away. Alright, that was a nasty turret. Oh, we see a Centurion. That would be some good salvage.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
We're gonna push up our Blackjack. You're gonna see the Blackjack, now that it's on top of this hill, is gonna have great hit percent chances. Alright, let's target that MRM turret, LRM turret from distance. Good hits there. Alright, I knew the fire starter was gonna take
Okay,
some
that was
shots there. Thank you everybody for joining the stream this morning. We've got a destroy the base mission we're just working through right now. Really appreciate everybody joining us today. If you have any thoughts, commentary, opinions, feedback, all fair game here, so please feel free to jump in and say hello. Alright, probably want to just finish off this MRM turret, or the LRM turret here. We don't have to worry about that. That's 3 turrets we've taken out. There's probably one more on the map.
If they really cared about this facility, they'd have more than turrets.
But now that we've taken most of the turrets out, we're not fighting the enemy garrison and the turrets at the same time. Alright, that hunchback is really risking overheating right there. Yep, there we go. Shut down. I've noticed the AI is actually more prone to overheating with the latest update of this mod. I'm going to have to ask the devs if that was intentional or if it's something they're going to tweak, because usually the AI does a really good job of saying, wait, I'm over the red line, I'm not going to shoot all my weapons. But lately I've seen with this mod, the Battletech Advanced mod, that the enemy is going ahead and shooting all of its weapons even when it's overheating, which is very unusual. Alright, we got to keep our Owens evasive. Alright, so let's go ahead and do this.
I'm already there.
Use our Owens to get some shots into the rear of the Centurion here.
Taking the shot.
Small weapons still do a lot of damage if they hit in the right place. We also
Ready for
marked that target, which is great. Alright. Let's push up our Raven just a little bit.
Full speed.
Alright. Right, that hunchback is shut down, so why don't we put some Inferno into the Centurion here and start working on
Attacking from position.
giving it some heat issues. Also got a tag.
Structure is weakening.
Very nice.
Barely hit, Commander.
And already the Centurion pilot is panicked,
Waiting for orders.
which is great. Alright.
Moving to position.
Didn't mean to do that. That's okay. We'll take the shot at the hunchback here.
Getting pretty hot in here,
Gotta
Commander.
watch our heat there. Oh, there's that Vulcan that we thought was jumping in. It's definitely a Vulcan.
Wow, that was bad.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, let's push up our Shadowhawk so it can take some of the worst firepower here. Let's go ahead and see if we can hit the leg on that hunchback. Hopefully knock it down, perhaps.
Dealt a heavy hit there.
No, not quite. I remember the first time I saw a hunchback when I was playing vanilla Battletech, and I was like, "Oh no, I'm not ready for that." It was the mission where the campaign mission where you have to kind of run across the map to take out the
Let's make some
turret control
decisions at
at the,
high speed.
as quickly as possible. If you guys remember that mission in the original campaign, and I was like, I am not ready to handle a hunchback. They're super dangerous. And then I was like, you know, after a while, you're just like, hunchbacks aren't They're okay. They're not that scary. But when I first saw it shoot off that AC-20, I was like, oh man, we're in trouble. So how's everybody doing today? Say hello in the chat room. Death and Jess just says, I just started a career game. Got me hooked. Loved the tabletop game back in the 90s. Yeah. Death and Jess, good question for you. Are you playing modded Battletech? Have you played the original Battletech without mods? One thing I'm trying to do with this series is I'm trying to give everybody as much information about the quirks of the game, especially with the mod, so everybody feels comfortable playing this mod. The feedback I've gotten from the developers is a lot of people try the game the first time, they don't understand how the mod works, and then they get frustrated and they stop playing. So I'm really trying to give everybody as much information as I can about all the quirks and strategies that I've used with this mod to a great deal of success. Alright, so our Hunchback is down on the ground. Here comes our Centurion. Misses with its AC. Right, that's a turret. That's definitely a turret that just shot at us with AC-2s. But Death and Jess, definitely happy to have you here. I don't think I've seen you on our stream before. Please give us a follow. Everybody who's watching, if you give us a follow, you're entered into our free monthly Funko Pop giveaway. Oh, okay. So that AC fire is coming from that blackjack, but there is a turret over there. Okay. Alright, so we want to keep our Owens evasive. It's so critical with these light mechs that you keep them evasive. So we're actually just going to run all the way over here. We're going to see what else is on the map. So we've got a couple blackjacks. We've got a Vulcan. We've got a dual LBX-10 turret. We'll go ahead and take the shots here on this Vulcan. But the key is, the reason I ran my Owens over there is to keep it evasive. Skewed One, thanks for joining us. Death and Jess says, what mods are worth using? You know, the mods for Battletech really depend on your personal preference. There's lots of good mods. I'm playing Battletech Advanced right now, which I think is overall the best mod for your money with this game. I really enjoy it. Oh, thank you, Skewed One, for the subscription. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate the support.
Good to go.
Let's give everybody give a Skewed One a thumbs up when you have an opportunity. Really appreciate it. Oh, and Skewed One, thank you for all the gifted subs. Really appreciate that. So, as I said, what we're trying to do with this series is try to give everybody who is getting used to Battletech Advanced an opportunity. Wow, Skewed One, thank you for all those gifted subs. I don't know what to say. Definitely really appreciate it. And I appreciate the follows as well, everybody. That was a great moment for our channel. We're still trying to grow here, so any opportunity to grow, we really appreciate it. So, as I was saying, Death and Jest, there are lots of good mods for Battletech, which is why 3 years after the development of, or the release of the game, it's still a very popular game. If you were going off of just the DLCs, you probably would be able to play you'd probably be able to play the original Battletech for maybe about a year before you ran out of content, maybe. But with the mods, you can play this game indefinitely. So the most popular mods for this game right now are Battletech Advanced, which I'm playing right now. There is Road Tech, which I've played. Ooh, Firestarter took some hard hits there, which I've played plenty of times myself. And there's really expanded 3025, and they're all different flavors of the same ice cream, if you know what I mean. Where basically let's just finish off this Hunchback while we can. Where basically they've taken the basic Battletech universe and they've expanded it with the type of mechs, the type of weapons, to make it much broader in scope. Battletech Advanced, I think, is the best balance of stability, content, and variety. Road Tech is incredibly complex. It also has vehicles, air vehicles, as well as lots of quirky things that are in and out of canon. And there's Extended 3025, which is also a significant enhancement as well. But, if you want a true lore-based experience that has a lot of depth and a lot of things that you can do so you never get bored, I personally recommend Battletech Advanced. But they're all fun to play, don't get me wrong. Battletech Advanced also has the benefit of having, I think, one of the best development teams as far as interaction with the community. So the primary developer for Battletech Advanced, his Twitch name is Bloody Doves. So if you want to actually watch what a developer is doing with a mod before it comes out, Bloody Doves does a stream 4 days a week in the evening. If you check out his Twitch channel, you'll see his schedule. Literally 4 days a week, going over all the stuff that he's planning to do in the future with the mod. All right, I need to protect my Owens here.
Acknowledged.
Don't want him to take too much damage here, so we're just going to go ahead and pull back a little. We can go ahead and hopefully get a tag on that blackjack there. No, we missed. But Death and Jest, if you're playing regular Battletech right now and you want to kind of expand your universe, then I would probably recommend you check out Battletech Advanced. But it's not going to be exactly the same as your Battletech experience because it's a much more complex game than regular Battletech. So you can do things like watch the streamers who play Battletech Advanced and you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. Yeah, Death and Jest, I am the same way. I've read every Battletech book, and I have a lot of the manuals as well. So, and I got into this in the 90s the same as you. So we definitely have a shared experience there. So I would definitely encourage you to explore Battletech Advanced. And the big thing is you can go to Bloody Dove streams and ask for help. You can come to me and ask for help. Obviously, I stream Battletech Advanced 7 days a week in the mornings. So, the community for Battletech mods is very inclusive. Everybody likes to help each other. Everybody is very supportive of each other. So it's a good community to be a part of. As you can see, Skewed One just did a solid to everybody out there who's watching the stream. Really appreciate it. All those subscriptions that were gifted. And that's just kind of emblematic of the Battletech community. It's very inclusive. And it goes through a wide range of games. So if you like if people who play Battletech also play Mech Warrior Online, they also play Mech Warrior 5. So we're very inclusive, and we all play the same games. So hopefully you'll enjoy the journey. And it's also interesting.
Structure damage. The
You
bad
know,
kind.
I probably have
What do you want?
a Battletech novel
Alright,
going on at
let's
any
get
given
going.
time. I'm probably playing all of the Battletech games at any given time. Just because I think the universe is a very interesting, realistic, dystopian universe. Alright, let's see if we can finish off the Centurion. I'd like to get as much off of it as we can, so we're going to shoot for the legs here.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up. Well,
Yeah. Now, one of the good things that you could do, Death and Jest, and also Skewed One, is they actually have simulated tabletop now. So you can buy a piece of computer software that lets you simulate the tabletop.
Reporting.
It's kind of a fun experience.
what do you want?
It's very similar to this, except maybe the graphics aren't quite as good because it is a tabletop
Alright,
simulator,
let's
but
get
it is a
down
lot
to
of
it.
fun. All right, let's see. All right, got this blackjack here. Got that turret there, but it's not. We're not really in range of that turret yet. We can go after these Vulcans, but they're not the easiest targets. Yeah, we're gonna probably go after this blackjack here. We got a heat problem. We're gonna have to cool down. We can still fire, but we're just gonna have to limit the number of weapons that we fire, obviously. Alright, they're going after our Owens. I'm gonna have to keep that Owens very evasive. Might actually send the Owens after that vehicle. Assuming the Owens survives. Our Owens is taking
getting
a
real
lot
banged up
of
here.
trouble. Oh. Skewed One said he grew up in Chicago and he was fortunate enough to have a Battletech center relatively close by. That's interesting. I do remember playing the original Battletech in the simulators as well. That was a lot of fun. So let's have our Owens just come over here and work on this vehicle here. What do we have? Rhino fire support tank. That's a pretty significant vehicle, so we should probably prioritize getting rid of that as quickly as we can. Alright, let's push up our Raven here.
On my way. Double time.
And let's do some fast cam on this blackjack here. Get some fire in on him. Oh, so you guys, those original simulators are really cool. I do know a couple of people in the Battletech community that actually have those original simulators. Obviously the graphics are not the most. they're not going to be up to par, I would say, but it is a lot of fun to play those old simulators. It brings back a lot of good memories. All right, let's hit this Vulcan hard here. Nice hits on that Vulcan. Alright, other Vulcans moving up. All right. Now, one thing we have to watch here, Death and Jest, is
Ready, Commander.
one of the complaints that we get about Battletech Advanced is there's so many enemies that come at you at the same time, and that's true. You get a lot more waves of enemies in Battletech Advanced, but you just have to manage it correctly. So, you know, and I think that's the big lesson you need to learn, is you just have to, you can't necessarily always attack. Sometimes you have to do retreats in Battletech Advanced just to make sure that you're not being overwhelmed by the enemy. If you just keep walking towards your objective in Battletech Advanced, eventually it's really easy to get your armor chipped off and then you get overwhelmed. So sometimes you have to retreat. Sometimes you have to flank.
Can't take
You
many
just
more
have
hits
to
like
use
that.
a lot of creative ways to achieve your objective with Battletech Advanced. A skewed one, would you say that's pretty accurate? It's not that it's harder. You just have to be smarter about how you play the game. That's probably the closest explanation I can give you. Is you just have to try to be smarter. And it's just small things that can make you a little bit more successful.
Let's see if I'm still run out.
And you just have to be creative.
Well, who needed salvage anyway? Yeah, it's getting pretty fucking warm in here.
Death and Jest is talking about how he used to play the X-Wing game in the arcades back in the 80s. It's still cool now, even with wire graphics. Yeah, that's definitely true, Death and Jest. Those classic Star Wars arcade games where you climbed in were so much fun. I agree. Ooh, all right. Ooh, bad hit on our fire starter there.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
So this is a good example. We're not against opponents that are very tough. It's just that we have a lot of opponents here. So that's why we are suffering damage, simply just because there's so many enemies that you get damage over time. Alright, I misclicked there, clearly. I was supposed to attack the
Boy, I should call my realtor. Looks like the
Vulcan
market
and not
just
that
opened
building, but that's okay. That was a serious misclick.
Taking a beating, Commander.
That was a heavy hit,
Oh,
Commander.
there's a new center of sorts in Houston for Battletech pods. That's great. Wow. All right, our fire starter's in serious trouble here. All right, taking my time on the easy contracts. Went too extreme my first try and got blown apart. Yeah, that does happen.
Receiving you.
All right, so, all right, our Owens, we have to keep our Owens evasive, so we can't just keep it focused on attacking that one target. We have to keep it moving around, otherwise
Roger that.
it will get torn apart. So anytime you're using a light mech, especially one that's built for scouting, you know what you do? You keep moving it around the map, you keep having it do its scouting job. If you try to tank with light mechs, you're going to get destroyed. That's one of the first things I learned about that Battletech Advanced. You cannot just tank consistently with a light and survive for very long. Now, there is a caveat to that. So there are some lights that can do melee or tank for short periods of time. For example, the fire starter is probably a prime example of a mech that you can do a little bit of tanking with, but you can't do it forever. As you can see, our fire starter's in a little bit of trouble here. So let's give him some fire support with our Raptor.
Not good. Not good.
All right.
Good to go.
Now here's another critical lesson here, okay? So one of the things in Battletech Advanced you always have to be comfortable with is just ejecting your mech sometimes.
Punching out.
Yeah, we're going to have to rebuild some of that fire starter, but it's a lot better than having that fire starter completely destroyed. Might be ejecting the Owens soon for the same reason.
Okay, that was
So
really
ejection is not failure. It's just another strategy that you can actually use to be successful in Battletech Advanced. Let's go in here and do some melee on the Vulcan here. Alright, good hits there. You would think that Vulcan would go after the
I'm on the clock.
Shadowhawk that
What do you
just
want?
attacked it, but alright, let's push up our Blackjack because we want to get rid of this Rhino fire support tank because it is bad news. So the faster we can get rid of this, the better. Tanks are a little tougher because they will turn and then all of a sudden you have full armor. And it's really hard to take weapons away from a vehicle until you destroy the vehicle. So, you know, some vehicles are actually much harder to take out than mechs by a significant margin.
minimal damage on that hit.
I'm on the clock.
Right.
What do you want?
Really appreciate the interaction in the chat room, guys. That's what we're here for. I could talk to myself all day long, but it's so much more fun when the chat room is being interactive. So I really appreciate you guys being a part of the stream. This Vulcan, not yet. This Vulcan is actually proving to be quite tough for its tonnage. Blackjack is distracted by the Owens. Alright, so as you can see... Oh, the Hunchback is your favorite mech? Okay, well, we might actually end up with a Hunchback after this mission. We'll see. We got some Hunchback parts earlier. So we'll see if we end up with a Hunchback here. Alright, so again, we're going to take our light mech and we're going to run it across the map and switch targets to keep it evasive. You can't lock on to one target with a light mech. You just kind of have to move around the battle space and stay evasive. If you don't stay evasive with your light mechs, you will die. I think that's one of the first things you have to learn with Battletech Advanced. You have to always figure out how can I keep my light mechs in the battle and still evasive. Alright, so let's do some Inferno on this Blackjack here. We can target the leg, but we're probably not going to hit it, but we'll target it. Good hits on that Hunchback, on that Blackjack. Look, we took out the leg. So even a small mech like a Raven can do significant damage to a heavy mech if you use it correctly. That's a perfect example. Alright, Vulcan's jumping up to the high ground. Going after our Shadowhawk. Skewed One says, being able to sprint and shoot is a godsend for lights and the lighter mediums. Yes, absolutely true. You know, when I have a light mech, 90% of what I'm doing is thinking, how do I keep evasive and get the most bang for my buck with this move? The worst thing you can do with a light, and it happens to everybody, it happens to me sometimes, is not be evasive. Right. So I switched targets over to the Rhino fire support because it's kind of a more dangerous threat for us right now than that Vulcan.
All right, let's get down.
Because the Rhino support vehicle has a lot of firepower, and we want to get rid of that firepower as quickly as we can. Alright, so let's just keep hitting this Rhino support vehicle. Trying to hit it on the same side, so we're pushing through the same armor with all of our mechs. Alright, Vulcan goes after our Blackjack. And it kills itself because it overheated. I love it when the enemy does that because it's just makes me chuckle. Like, really? That's what you want to do, huh? You want to overheat?
Bad decisions at high speed.
Just to take a shot at us? Okay. Alright, so we're gonna keep hitting this Rhino support vehicle with as many mechs as we can to try to push through the armor before it can turn and give us the other side of its armor. Alright. Not quite enough there. Almost.
Well, who needed salvage anyways? Well, it looks like somebody's an asshole.
Oh. I'm really starting to use MRMs. Yeah, MRMs, in my opinion, MRMs are the best bang for your buck when it comes to missiles. I do like SRMs as well.
Who's dumb for having
You know, I would say I like MRMs, then I like SRMs, and LRMs are my least popular weapon.
Reporting. Critical hit.
Now there is a place for LRMs, especially if you're using specific specialized ammo, but generally speaking, alright, so here again, we don't want the Owens to just stand there because it's not going to be evasive. So as much as I would like to use the Owens to attack that
On the move. Full speed.
vehicle again, I can't do it because then he won't be evasive. So we run across the map again, we find another target on the other side of the map, and we attack that target. And that's what you do with light mechs.
Receiving you.
If you just slug it out with them, it will end badly.
Copy that.
Now you can do fire starters, can slug it out for a short period of time, but not for long. All right, let's do some fast cam on top of this Blackjack, and we should do significant damage here because the Blackjack already has a lot of damage to its armor. So the mortar should be getting some structural hits there. There we go. Head hit, injury. So lights can do significant damage to much heavier mechs if you use them correctly. Alright, our Owens got hit again. So
Armor breach.
we
Internal
really
vent.
got to be careful with that Owens.
Ready, Commander.
And again, sometimes it's okay for you to just eject from your mech. There's nothing wrong with it. It's a perfectly viable strategy.
Moving, Commander.
You might do a little bit of repairs, but it's a lot better than having to completely rebuild your mech. Alright, let's hit this. Let's do a precision strike here, because I think I can just finish off this Rhino right now.
Coming in from behind.
No, didn't work out. I thought we'd be able to finish that Rhino off there. Alright, so he's... Alright. We gotta keep that Owens evasive. It's so critical right now.
What do you want?
Alright, let's push up the Blackjack.
Alright.
We should be able to finish off this Rhino support tank right now. It doesn't have a lot of armor on this side, as you can see.
Let's see if I'm sober enough
There we
to
go.
line this
Alright,
up.
so that was probably... That Rhino support tank was probably the biggest threat left on the board. So now that that's gone, we still have 2 more Blackjacks to fight through. Ouch. Alright. That Blackjack got in a good hit on our Shadowhawk.
Something just bounced around in here.
Alright,
I think I heard
we're
something
gonna have
broke,
to make him
and I
pay
am
for
officially
that.
Scared.
Alright, so let's actually pull that Shadowhawk back a little bit because it's got structural
Alright,
damage.
let's get down to it.
And let's go ahead and target this Blackjack. that's up on the wall. Because it's close to being destroyed, so there's no way to finish it off here. Let's see. Need a lucky shot. No, didn't work out. Alright, that was a turret that shot at us there.
Ah, I can see why people enjoy this line of work.
Alright, our Owens. Okay, Owens, you need to stay evasive. I know I talk about this a lot, but there's a reason I talk about this, because it's one of the biggest things you need to learn to be successful in Battletech, is we need to stay evasive. So, see, that would be a good shot, but then we would get destroyed. So we want to take an opportunity to be evasive and still be effective in this battle. So, yeah, I like that shot right there.
Going full throttle.
So our Owens can push in, get some shots in on this blackjack. In fact, we'll actually use a precision strike here to go after one of the legs of the blackjack.
Fire.
Okay, good amount of damage there. For an
I'm out of
Owens,
that
that is. Death and Jest says, I'm also finding sometimes an enemy mech will take a lot of hits.
Commander.
Will tank a lot of hits? I'm not sure what you mean there, Justin Jess. If you can clarify that for me, that would be great. When it comes to attacking an enemy mech, it's about taking out the components and attacking the enemy from the right direction. That's so critical. All right, let's do some more fast cam on this blackjack. Might be able to finish it off here. Let's see. Good hits there. All right, that Vulcan's coming down. All right, it's going after my Shadowhawk with damage. Not surprising. Oh, Death and Jess, thank you again for stopping by, and we will see you next time. I'm here every morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time in the United States, Monday through Sunday, unless there's some sort of situation that takes me physically away from my computer. I'm here every day. So thank you for joining us. We really appreciate it. Let's keep hitting that blackjack here. That blackjack's actually holding up pretty well. Oh, but it just hit a landmine. Nice. I thought that blackjack might destroy itself there, but it didn't. Alright, so what we're going to do now... Now this blackjack is giving me a real hard time. It's got a lot of firepower with those PPCs. So what we're going to do is we're going to target. One of the things that you can do with a blackjack is target those arms and try to take away its weapons as quickly as possible. It's one of the mechs that I actually target the arms more than the legs. Usually I target the legs for most mechs. But for blackjacks, I always find it's very useful to just try to hit the arms as much as you can.
Alright, let's get down to it.
You take the arms off of a blackjack and it's helpless. Alright, let's see if we can... Yeah, we're really running the red line here. But I'd like to see if we could finish off this blackjack. There we go. Pilot incapacitated. Got another head hit in there, and there goes the blackjack. Alright, so we got a Vulcan left, a blackjack left, and a turret left. So we should be in pretty good shape here. Especially with the blackjack overheating.
Standing by.
Alright, so... Owens, again, we need to keep the Owens evasive. So it seems counterintuitive to move my Owens next to a turret, but the fact that it's so evasive means the chances of this
Engaging
turret
target.
hitting it are very small. Very small. Not impossible, but
Yeah.
small. Alright. Okay.
On my way.
And now that that blackjack shut itself off, let's go ahead and hit it with Inferno and go for a headshot.
Firing on target.
Alright, good hits there.
Battle mech power-up detected.
Alright.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, let's push up with our Shadowhawk that doesn't have damage yet. Or structural damage. Let's do a precision strike. Now you remember, I used the Owens to target one of his legs. Now if we hit the other leg here, or hit it again, our heavier mech, as you can see, that little bit of damage that the Owens
Felt a heavy hit there.
gave the blackjack actually made it easier for our medium to knock down the blackjack. So sometimes your light mechs can help you in a wide variety of ways. You know, if I had taken that shot without hitting it first with the Owens, it probably wouldn't have caused a knockdown there.
Just scuff my vein.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, we've got that blackjack down on the ground. We have plenty of salvage here on this mission, so let's just finish off that blackjack. Go for the center torso. There we go. Don't have to worry about that blackjack
I'm
anymore.
legally obligated to inform you I'm paid per kill.
Alright, see that turret went after our Owens, but it missed.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Let's push up our Shadowhawk here. Can actually get some shots into the rear of this
Decisions at
Vulcan.
high speed.
And the Vulcan, it's a little evasive, so our chances of hitting here are not the greatest, but you never know. So let's just use the MRMs here. Vulcan doesn't take a lot of damage to the rear to take down, so that was still worth a good try. Alright, so we've got our Owens here. Owens needs to stay evasive, so we're going to run it back over across the map and target the Vulcan here. Don't even care about doing any damage here, just trying to get the tag. Oh, and we missed the tag.
I'm
Okay.
here.
Alright, Raven, what are you... Probably the most useful thing for the Raven right now, actually, is to
On the
go
move.
after that turret. Alright, so let's do some shots on this turret. We'll just use fast cam because it causes the most damage. Not a lot of damage, but in a couple rounds, we could use our Raven from relative safety to destroy that turret. Right, the Vulcan's gonna go after our Shadowhawk. Okay. Alright.
Ready, Commander.
I see what you did there, Vulcan, but one thing you did is you kind of gave up some of your evasion by not jumping. So, let's do a precision strike here. And let's see if we can't drill him in the back.
Coming in from
Kill confirmed, Commander.
There we go. We got a lucky shot in, and there goes the Vulcan. Even though the Vulcan had almost all of its armor, one of our shots got in and probably hit the engine core. Alright. Can we hit the turret? Yes, we can. So let's start working on that last turret.
Enough to line this up.
Once we take care of this turret, then all we have to do is destroy the enemy buildings. Ooh, almost hit our Owens there.
Damage minimal.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Let's push up our Shadowhawk. And everybody's going after this turret now. Take a shot. Alright, that's done. Now we just have 4 buildings to take out,
Really care
and we'll
about
have a
this business.
successful.
It's getting pretty fucking.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, so we'll put our Owens in close. Now that all the enemy weapons platforms are down, we don't have to worry about evasion.
Target confirmed.
So we can just have our lights go in nice and close and start working on destroying buildings.
Yes, Commander. On it.
Same thing with our Raven here. Incidentally, you want to use Inferno
Locked on.
ammo to destroy buildings because it will do damage over time and destroy buildings really quickly.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, Shadowhawk can actually go after another building. So we're just going to have each one of our mechs go after one building. And in a round or two, we'll have all these buildings destroyed. There goes one.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Blackjack, what can you
All
shoot
right,
at?
let's get down to it.
Right, we can shoot off
Well,
at the
let's
building
hope they
that
have
the
insurance.
Owens already did some damage to. That's 2 buildings down.
Boy, I should call my realtor. Looks like the market. I'm on the clock. What do you want? All right, let's get
Our
down.
Shadowhawk is overheating right now, so we don't want to go crazy with our firepower here. So we'll just do MRMs on this building that's already currently destroyed. There we go. Building number 3.
Boy, I should call my realtor. Looks like the market just opened up.
Standing by.
Our Owens can go after this building here. Don't know if it has enough
Target
firepower to finish it off. We'll see. Probably not.
Waiting for orders.
Go after this medium building here.
Acknowledge.
Ready, Commander. Moving, Commander.
And this large building here. There we go.
To the LZ, Commander. I'm coming in hot.
Alright, since we cleared the board, we don't have to worry about evacuation.
Mission successful.
Successful mission. And we're going to have some really good salvage out of this mission, too. Alright, so we got a pretty good payday because we destroyed everything on the map. Got a scratch on the paint of the Shadowhawk. We're going to have to rebuild some of the fire starter because we ejected. And we've got a little damage to our Owens. Nothing too serious. Alright, we get 2 parts. Alright, what do I want? What do I want? Alright, the problem is... Trying to remember what we have mech parts for. I think I'll take the Centurion part. And we'll take the Hunchback part and we'll see what else we get. Blackjack, 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 Centurion, Hunchback, Vulcan, Vulcan, and 10 medium lasers and 2 cores. Not bad. Not a bad return on our investment. Okay, let's see what we can put together in the mech bay. I really would like some more mediums. Lights are fun, but you know, at some point you have to step up in tonnage to really be effective in this game. Right, so let's see what we have in the mech bay. Do we have anything we can put together? That's always the first thing I like to check. Nothing yet. Nothing yet. I have so many mechs that I'm 1 or 2 parts away from getting that it drives me crazy. See, I need 1 more Centurion part before I can have a Centurion. Actually, 2 more. I have lots of partial mechs. Same thing with the Hunchback. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm 1 part away from getting a Hunchback, for example. So we're going to have to repair the mechs that we already have. It's going to take 1 day to repair the Shadowhawk. Firestarter should not take too long. Let's see. Losing that Clan Flamer is a little unfortunate. But it happens. Alright, so we'll use a regular Flamer. And we need a heat sink. And we'll adjust our tonnage. And our Firestarter is going to take us 3 days.
Shouldn't be too hard.
Sorry for the disappearing for a while. I had to walk the dog. Understood. I have a dog as well, so I understand. Sometimes you can't choose when you walk your dog. Completely understandable. All right, our Owens needs 2 days for repairs.
Right. I'll get it.
All right, so we've got 9 days before our financial report, so we can actually go ahead and we want to make sure that we have at least 2 of these mechs repaired. I can live without the Firestarter, but I need the Owens and the Shadowhawk. So let's just go ahead and wait the 2 days for those repairs. Right, so Free Worlds League wants to align with us. We're going to ignore that. We like being mercenaries for the universe. So as you can see, we have some significant injuries here. Saber Wolf is out for 24 more days. Floppy was injured for 40 days. So this is a result of the new injury mechanics, which greatly increases the severity of a lot of injuries. So it's another thing you have to manage with the updated version of the mod. Alright, do we have any? Okay. So Bloody Doves. I'm going to make him a Missile Master. Just because I need an extra Missile Master.
Commander.
You want to have multiple mechs that can do multiple pilots that can do multiple things.
What do you need, Commander?
When you have an injury, you can make smart decisions about which pilots you put into your mechs, because it does make a significant difference over time.
Receiving you.
Right, let's increase our gunnery on Scrub here.
I'm on the clock.
Text will increase your piloting.
Training confirmed, Commander.
Good to go.
And there we go. Like her almost as much as Glitch in the base game. Oh, I didn't confirm on Bloody Doves? Did I not do it? Silly me, you were right. I did not do that. So let's... Thank you for catching that.
Training complete.
I would have been very puzzled if you hadn't caught that for me, so I appreciate it. Alright, so we have a mopping up mission and an eviction. Alright, let's do the mopping up mission. That sounds fun. against the Illyrian Commonwealth. Alright, since we did our repairs, we're going to have all of our mechs except the Jenner. Or the fire starter. So we'll replace the fire starter. Actually, with a mopping up mission, I'm actually going to take the Icarus. Normally, I'm not a fan of the Icarus, but when it's a straight up battle, that AC-10 comes in handy. So let's do that. Just a heads up, guys. This will give you the last mission for this stream. I have to cut it off a little early today because I have to get to a meeting, and I actually have to drive to the meeting. Just to give you some background on me, I'm in sales. So normally I'm out visiting my customers, I would say 3 or 4 times a week, and traveling at least once for a couple days every other week as well. So I'm used to a lot of travel before COVID, but now with COVID, we're doing everything virtually. But yes, I'm actually going physically to a meeting today, which is unusual. I've only done it twice, I would say, in the last 6 months, 6 to 9 months. So it's actually fun to get out of the house. Ironically, I purchased a brand new Jeep right before COVID hit. So I've had this Jeep for 11 months now, and it's only got 4,000 miles on it. So, you know, I had so many great plans for all the fun I was going to do with my Jeep, and I can't do 80% of what I would like to do.
What a wonderful fucking planet. It looks absolutely miserable outside.
Alright, this is a straight up fight. Enemies there. Enemy is all in this valley. So one of the things I don't have to do is I don't need to rush all of my mechs into this valley. I just need one mech to go down and give me vision on the enemy. Catch up how this winds up doing the video on demand later. I need to wake up with enough sunlight left to take a chainsaw to some ice damaged tree limbs. Okay. Thank you, Skewed One. Once again, thank you for joining our stream, and thank you for those free subs that you gave up to everybody on the channel. We really appreciate the giving nature that you have presented us. So thank you again for joining us, and thank you for those subs that you gave away. All right. All right, so this Vulcan, let's do some fast cam. We'll just kind of pepper the area with some landmines. I don't plan on walking over there, so I can do that with impunity. My goal here is to try to keep my lance up on top of the hill so we can do as much damage at long range while we have an advantage on top of the hill. So let's all right, we're gonna position ourselves accordingly. We're not gonna give up the high ground here.
I've been locked.
Alright, so our blackjack can stay on the high ground. And we can rain... Ooh, Thunderbolt. Really nice salvage here. Exactly the type of mech that we probably want to try to engage at long range as much as we can. Catch you later, Skewed One. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow. On Saturdays and Sundays, I'm able to do much longer streams because I don't have that, you know, thing called work to deal with. All right, so we got a hatchet man and the Thunderbolt. Let's actually hit the Hatchet Man here.
No sweat.
We definitely want to engage the Hatchet Man at long range.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright, let's do the same thing here. Let's take advantage of hitting this Hatchet Man before it can get evasive.
Let's see if
I know there's some people that like the Hatchet Man, I'm not a fan. I don't think I've ever used a Hatchet Man out unless it was out of complete necessity. But everybody has their personal preferences. And that's one of the things that makes Battletech so fun, is there are so many mechs, especially with modded Battletech, that you can pick the mechs and strategies that fit your gameplay. Alright, we got some vehicles, probably a Shrek.
What's up, boss?
Alright, our Owens is going to have to stay evasive. So let's go here so we can get vision on what else is on the map. Alright, let's see. Wow, we've got some salvage here. So we've got a Warhammer, Phoenix Hawk, Vulcan, Thunderbolt, Hatchet Man, Pike. It's a lot of salvage on the field here today. This is going to be an interesting fight. I only have a half hour left to play, so I don't know if we'll be able to completely finish this mission. Fair warning. I'll try to. I definitely will try to. Right, so this is actually a good map for us to use fast cam, because there's so many enemies that we want to try to pin some of the enemies in place with landmines. This Warhammer is a good example. We'd like to try to keep it pinned so we don't have to deal with all of these enemies at once, at the same time. This Vulcan's probably gonna hit a mine? No, didn't hit a mine. Almost.
Oh, Commander.
Oh, we got a compound fracture on our leg.
Ready, Commander?
Oh, not cool. All right. Okay.
Throttle up.
All right. Let's see what we can do with our Shadowhawk here. Not the best hit percentages here. All right. Let's do a Battle Lord. We should be able to fire everything, but let's try to make the most of a salvo against this Hatchet Man here. Since we already started dealing it damage, we want to try to get mechs off the field as quickly as possible. So you don't always attack the most powerful enemy. You attack the enemy that you can get off the field as quickly as possible. Especially when that Thunderbolt wants to be a sensor locker. That helps us a lot. It means I can really focus on this Hatchet Man. If I take off his hatchet, then he's practically useless. So let's focus in on his hatchet here. No, didn't quite take out the hatchet there. Alright, let's see what the Phoenix Hawk does. It's not closing in on us. You think it would. It's going after the Owens. I don't think I would use it that way. But fair enough.
What can I do for you?
Alright, our Icarus.
Affirmative.
Icarus, can you... Okay, good hit percent chance on the Hatchet Man.
Special delivery.
Would love to finish this guy off. There we go. Finished off the Hatchet Man.
Should have run when you had the chance.
One more target off the field. Was the Hatchet Man the most dangerous target? No. But getting an enemy off the field is where the value really comes in. Alright, I'm going to try to move away from that Warhammer and try to take that down last if we can. So we got a pike. We're going to go for the Thunderbolt here.
Let's see if someone else can miss
Solid hits there.
Just scuffed my bank.
Alright, that Warhammer's arguably one of the biggest threats here. That Shrek does not help either. Got a bit of a crossfire here that we're stuck in the middle of.
Order.
That's not the ideal scenario. Alright, let's see. Let's see if we can sprint in with our Owens. And I don't think we can be as evasive as I would like. Don't have a lot of good options here with our Owens. Alright, we'll take that.
Let's move.
Not the best opportunity for us here. But we can still hit this
Here it
Warhammer.
comes.
Get a tag on it. There we go. We got a tag and a narc on that Warhammer. Alright, our Raven. I want to keep the Raven evasive.
Acknowledged.
Give it some cover. And we're going to hit this Warhammer. Let's actually do some Inferno. What I'm trying to do here is actually set
Confirmed.
that hill on fire so it will do damage over time to that Warhammer. There we go. That should work. That Warhammer is going to have to deal with fire on that hill, which will probably put it at a significant disadvantage. Ouch. Good hits on our Owens there. Luckily it was evasive.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, this Shadowhawk is unstable, so let's try to move it where it can get its stability back. Hopefully not get hit this round. Alright, our best shot is on that Thunderbolt. Good shots there. Alright, so the Thunderbolt stops sensor locking. Last round it used the sensor lock. So it's decided,
What do you want?
or the AI has decided that it now
Alright,
needs to get
let's get
engaged
down to
in the
it.
fight. Alright. Alright, so let's do Precision Strike on the Warhammer. And go after one of its legs.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up.
Hopefully in a round or two we can get knocked down on that Warhammer. Now notice how the enemy keeps going after our Owens. It's wasting round after
Waiting on
round
you,
of
Commander.
its firing ability to go after the Owens. So
Moving
as
to
long as the
position.
Owens stays evasive, they're basically wasting their firepower there. Alright, 50-50 shot on the Warhammer.
Gotcha.
And we hit. That's good.
I'm on the clock. What do you
Notice how I'm not rushing down
want? All
to
right,
engage
let's
the
get
enemy.
down to it.
We're using the high ground. We're using the ability. The fact that we're on top of the hill gives our mechs an automatic buff for increased accuracy. So there's no reason for us to close in on the enemy.
Well, who needed salvage anyway?
We can just fight from the top of the hill here and use those advantages. It forces the enemy to move to us, Ooh, hard hit on our Owens. Our light mechs get beat up no matter how evasive we make them. They're going to suffer some damage pretty much every round or every mission. Oh, our Warhammer, the Warhammer overheated from the fire. So
Waiting
that's
for orders.
we handled the use of the fire there perfectly. All right, we need to make sure our Owens is staying evasive here. All right, you know what? We'll give the Owens a
No
round
shooting, just running.
from the fight, and we'll use Vigilance, which moves up his turn by 1 round.
Yep,
All right, Raven.
on my way.
All right, we're gonna keep hitting this Warhammer because we want to keep it shut down.
Taking the shot.
And if I keep creating fires around this Warhammer, he's never going to be a big part of this fight. Oh, there we go. We got a head injury, severity 2.
Hey, on the flank.
Oh, all right. Oh, we lost our Owens. Okay. It happens. It happens. I mean, you got to keep in mind, from a tonnage perspective, we are out-tonned significantly in this mission. So we're going to suffer some damage. It's unfortunate we lost the Owens there, but I don't think there was much more we could have done to avoid that.
I've been locked.
You know, and if I get
Look, what do you want?
some good components out of this, it's not the death of me to lose the Owens or have to rebuild the Owens. Alright, only thing we can shoot at with the blackjack looks like this. I think that's a pike. Yeah. These are actually pretty... This one isn't very dangerous because it just has AC2s.
Let's see if
But pikes can be very nasty because it has 3 weapons on it. This one doesn't have heavy ACs, but it's probably got a lot of armor. Alright. Now, part of our challenge is we lost our vision on those mechs. We're going to use our Raven to get them back, but that's okay. So for this round, we'll just see if we can't get rid of this pike. All these enemies have to be destroyed, one way or the other.
What
So
do you want?
if we get a round where we can just hammer in on this pike, that's fine with me.
Let's see if
Ideally, you want to get rid of 1 enemy per round. That's the ideal scenario. Does it work that way? Not in the beginning, but towards the end of the mission, you can usually get to that 1 enemy per round ratio pretty easily.
Battle mech power-up detected.
There's that Shrek. I think it's a Shrek up there. That will be a problem over time. Alright, so we're going to move our Raven so we can get vision
Roger.
on those enemy mechs. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and hit that Phoenix Hawk with Inferno. I don't really care if I hit the Phoenix Hawk as much as I'm trying to cause fires in the area where the Phoenix Hawk is walking around, because that will keep the Phoenix Hawk from firing most of its weapons. That's where Inferno rounds can be really handy.
Ready, Commander.
Alright. We already did a lot of damage to this pike, so let's keep working on it. Again, we're just trying to get an enemy off the field here. I don't care what it is. We just want to get enemies off the field. The fact that the Phoenix Hawk and the Warhammer are basically being tied up by the Raven
I'm on the
means
clock.
that we're
What do you want?
in a really good position here on this map.
All right, let's get down to it.
Alright, let's keep hitting that pike.
Oh, now that's a citation.
Those pikes have so much armor. Right, so the Phoenix Hawk is on fire. So yeah, it can shoot at the Raven a little bit, but it's not, it's gonna risk overheating.
Waiting for orders.
Alright, let's keep hitting.
Moving to position.
We can finish off this pike. I'll be happy with this round. Right, heat is starting to be a problem.
Affirmative.
No, so close to finishing off that pike.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Alright,
All right, let's get down to
alright,
it.
so we're gonna do some multi-target here. Alright. Yeah, we'll just finish off this pike if we
That's
can.
a sweet sight picture.
There we go, there goes the
I
pike.
can see why people enjoy this line of work.
So we've got 6 enemies
It's
left.
getting pretty fucking warm in here.
But see, that Warhammer can't do anything because it's surrounded by fire and it's overheated. So that's the real beauty of this scenario. We'll keep our Raven moving. We're going to keep hitting this. Actually, let's put some fast cam onto that Vulcan. Some of it will hit the Vulcan, but more importantly, we're basically filling up that valley with mines that anybody can walk on. There you go. The Vulcan hit one of the mines. The mines also have a bonus. Not only do they overheat the target, but they do damage to the legs. Which means we could do things like this. Hopefully this will work.
Engaging primary.
Now, what I was trying to do there was take out the leg of the Vulcan. The leg that was damaged by the mine. We didn't get the right hits, though, for that to happen. That's okay. Alright, that Thunderbolt is being not aggressive at all,
Now who's dumb for having all the armor? I'm on
which
the
is
clock.
good for
What
us.
do you want?
Alright, Blackjack.
All right, let's get down to it.
Right, let's get back to my example. So, again, if I, now that that leg is weakened, because this Vulcan stepped on a landmine,
Let's see if I'm sober
we
enough
can
to
take
run
out its
this.
leg relatively easily and get knocked
Well,
down.
who need...
Again, we want to just get rid of one enemy per round. And then if you're getting that ratio, even if you're outnumbered, eventually the odds will end up back
Well,
in
it
your
looks like
favor.
somebody's an asshole.
Right.
Got it.
Alright, and I'm really not too worried about salvage on the Vulcan. So let's just go ahead and go
Firing
center
on
torso. There we go. There goes the Vulcan.
Gotcha. Getting pretty hot in here, Commander.
Oh, you're fine. You're not in any danger.
All right, let's get down to it.
Not the best hit percent chance here, but we'll take the shot.
Let's see if I'm sober
Probably not
enough
going to
to
hit that
run this.
Warhammer. Nope. No luck there. that
Minimal
Warhammer
damage,
is
Commander.
really risking overheating each time it shoots. There's that Shrek carrier again, I think.
Ah, I can see why people enjoy this line of work.
Alright, so our Raven is now in a really good spot to hit this Warhammer in the rear. We're actually going to use a precision strike, and we're going to hit it with Inferno. This should be a very strong strike against this Warhammer. Alright.
Reporting critical hit.
And what I'm doing there is I'm actually overheating that Warhammer to the point that if it keeps shooting its weapons, it will destroy itself. It will have a fusion reactor meltdown, and that will be the ball game for that enemy.
Moving, Commander.
Alright, let's do precision strike. On the weakened leg of the Thunderbolts here. Didn't think we were going to hit it because we have
Heavy hit there.
missiles instead of heavier weapons, but we did some damage. Alright.
Now who's dumb for having
Phoenix
all the
Hawk is
armor?
pushing
On the
in.
clock. What do you want?
We're going to keep working on
All right, let's get down to it.
the Thunderbolt here because it's better hit percent chance.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up. Well,
Alright,
who
good
needs
hits
salvage
there.
anyways?
Good to go.
Same thing with our Icarus. Ooh, does not have a good hit percent chance here. But we'll take the shot anyways. Oh, we got lucky. That looked like a head strike there.
Critical hit, Commander.
Didn't give me credit for it, but I'm pretty sure that was a head hit.
All right, let's get down to it.
Alright, and again, we will keep hitting this Thunderbolt because it's a much easier target. Alright, engine's critical.
Well, who needed salvage anyways?
That Shrek carrier is driving me crazy.
Now who's dumb for having all the armor?
Oh! Alright, see the Warhammer? Remember how I said the Warhammer is going to eventually overheat and destroy itself? That's exactly what happened there. Which is really good timing because I need a Raven to help us out with these last two enemies here. Alright, let's do Precision Strike for the shoulder. On this Thunderbolt, this might finish the Thunderbolt off. No, not quite. Oh, he ejected. Good. 4 salvageable parts. I think I have another part of a Thunderbolt, too. Alright, Phoenix Hawk is moving in for melee. That is not the smart idea for the Phoenix Hawk. Just so you know, that was a mistake.
Now who's dumb for having
Because
all
the
the
Phoenix Hawk is the only mech left, and now we can just punch the heck out of him with all of our mechs.
Take this.
And a Phoenix Hawk cannot take a lot of melee for very
on the
long.
clock? What do you want?
Alright, same thing here. Go in for a punch.
A cream of the crop will rise to the top.
Waiting for orders.
And again. Go for a punch.
Coordinates received.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
And again. Oh, we'll go for a kick here. Just to mix things up.
The cream of the crop will rise.
Ooh, a nice kick to the head.
They're on our flank.
Alright, we got the, oof.
Orders.
Alright, our Raven really can't help us
All right.
too
Full
much
speed.
here. Or it'll do more damage to us than it will to the enemy. Alright, see what the Phoenix Hawk does. Goes for a rear shot on the Shadow Hawk. Pretty good strategy.
Ready, Commander.
Alright, we'll go in for melee again. On the Phoenix Hawk here.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Blackjack can't get into position to do melee, but we can do a nice precision strike on one of the legs.
Let's see if I'm sober enough to line this up.
It'll give us knockdown.
Commander? Right, Commander.
Right, go for the other
All
leg.
weapons are go.
Oh, that looked like a headshot to me. Alright, he ejected. Alright, now we just have one Shrek carrier to take care
I'm on the
of.
clock. What do you want?
Let's go take care of that Shrek carrier.
I can see why people.
Ready for
I'm
orders.
assuming it's a Shrek carrier. It's got dual PPCs, so usually that's a
Acknowledged.
Shrek carrier. We'll see.
Ready, Commander.
There are other vehicles that have dual PPCs, so it could be a couple of different things.
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
Gonna have to push forward to get vision
Let's make some bad decisions at high
on this
speed.
enemy vehicle. There we go.
Double
Icarus
time.
can get vision. What are we up against? Oh, a Brutus. Okay. That's a little bit more of a threat than a
Right, Commander.
Shrek carrier. So
I'm on the clock. What do you want?
this is probably going to take a couple rounds, and unfortunately, I need to leave. So rest assured, I'll finish off this Brutus tank off camera, and we'll see you next time. I'll be back at 9 a.m. Eastern Time tomorrow, which is Saturday, for another stream